Mary Kay, you're a highly successful businesswoman using that brand, right? What
Mhm.
obstacles do you believe that new business owners that are in Mary Kay or just in sales or direct sales, period, what obstacles do you believe that hold those people back? Because I look at the power of numbers, right? More people that are going into direct sales, whatever product it may be, there's a lot of people that just don't make it. They're just not cut out. What are some of those obstacles you believe that they face, or they just decide that this is not going to be for me or it doesn't work for me?
Well, one of the philosophies I personally have is the answer is always no unless I ask.
Uh-huh.
And the word no doesn't hurt me. I mean, any of us who have been parents, our children have said no numerous times, and we still love them today. We've said no to them numerous times, and they still love us. So, removing the fear around the word no. If you're going to own a business, you're going to hear no. Get comfortable with the fact that it could be no, not right now. It could be no, never. It could be
Mhm.
no, I need to hear more information. Ask questions. I think that's one of the things that a lot of new business owners don't really push that envelope. And I don't mean in a negative way, but in a positive way, inquire. Okay, no problem. Do you mind if I ask, is there any reason why you wouldn't consider it? Get the
Mhm.
information. There might be something that you could tweak that would allow them to see the business or the product in a different light. So be okay with no.
With
No's
notes.
not a bad thing. And you're 100% right about the numbers. I heard years ago when I first started this business that you need to learn your numbers in regards to how many, we call them recruiting interviews. How many recruiting interviews do you need to do before you get a team member? When I initially started, I was honestly between 7 and 9. When today I'm a little closer to 2 to 3.
Hmm.
So, but know your numbers and know why. And I think that a lot of times people hear no, and so they think they're not good at it. And that's
Yes.
not the case. It's 100. They used to say that real estate agents have to get 100 no's before they get one yes. That's not the case in Mary Kay. It will be if you separate those asks once a month. You're probably not going to get it. It's kind of like working out. And Johnny, I know you can relate to this. When you first start out, it might be a little uncomfortable. You're going
Hmm.
to be a little sore, maybe not even like it as much. But as you continue to grow your muscle, i.e., your asking muscle, you get the opportunity to get stronger, to get better, to learn to overcome obstacles, but to do it with confidence, not with arrogance. That's the difference. When
Nice.
people hear your heart, they want to play with you. If they don't hear your heart, they're hesitant.
That's incredible. Now, going back with your tenure or your career with that brand, and were you using it? Were you doing it full time?
Initially, I was not. I had a full-time job,
Uh-huh.
3 children, a husband, and I would literally every break I got, I'd go make phone calls or texts. Every lunch hour, I'd go make phone calls and texts. I did that for the first 6 months. Once I earned the free car, I shared that 2 months after that, I became a director. I did give notice and quit my job and do it full time.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, now let's get into the life portion. Okay,
Mhm.
because our business affects our life, then our life affects our business. Where people want to say family life or whatever type of life outside of work. How, as a mother, too, with children, multiple children, your husband, what are some strategies that you had to use or overcome, obstacles you overcome to have that work-life balance that a lot of people talk about?
Yeah, one of the things that I did is I did get my children involved in the business. I would pay them to clean my mirrors and to stuff my little bags, so they felt a part of it. Um,
Okay.
our oldest daughter, I even put her on the business card just so that she had a little business card. She was a teenager, and this
Hmm.
skin is a big deal. To teenagers, it really is. All three of our children had acne. And so to
Hmm.
be able to have their skin cleared up and have their friends see their skin clear up, they were honestly part of my business. They were my billboards. They were the testimony that people actually saw. So I did get them involved. But the other thing that I really feel strongly about with any business is if I was at a cheer competition, my phone was off. I was unavailable. I was at a cheer competition for
You
my
were
daughter.
present. Yes, you were
Yeah. If
present
my
there.
son had a drum performance, I was present. Now that did mean, and I was willing to do that, that sometimes I got up at 5. Mary Kay always says if we get up an hour early, we have an extra 2 weeks in a year. So I learned to be part of
Oh,
the
wow.
5 a.m. club. And I'm
Okay.
not a morning person, so it was an effort. But that extra hour to an hour and a half in the morning made all the difference in my business. Sometimes it
Nice.
did mean I stayed up late as well. But again, I was willing to do that to not compromise the quality time I had with my kids. I also did get, they call it a mom's calendar, and it
Mhm.
had a line item for each one of the children and my husband and I. And I had to be honest with my kids and say, look, if it's not on, because they knew how to write, if it's not on the calendar, mom's probably not going to attend it. So they knew when my meetings
Nice.
were. It was on the calendar. They knew when I had facial parties. They knew when I would be gone.
Mhm.
And it allowed all of us to give each other grace. There were some things that I did miss, and there were a lot of things that I did attend.